Good afternoon. Group 22 would like to present the Pacific Highway upgrade, Port Macquarie to Newcastle. Pacific Highway is a 960-kilometre long highway that connects Brisbane and Sydney. Group 22 has created a project management plan for the Coffs Harbour to Ballina section. The roles were split according to the table shown here. A risk management plan was developed for the project including the following risks: pre-construction, construction, and post-construction or handover. This involved the establishment of a risk rating table shown here. Then, a definition of each rating produced to ensure each risk can be adequately classified and uniformly applied to many different circumstances. Risks were then classified, rated, categorized, and addressed in a risk assessment table. A section of this table is shown here.
Hello everyone, my name is Connor Butcher and I will be covering the proposed project schedule for this project. Before I get into any depth on how the schedule was developed, some assumptions were made in order for the project to be completed effectively. These being working hours at 6 a.m. to 4:30 p.m. During the week, so Monday to Friday. On Saturdays, we'll be allowed to work 7 a.m. to 12 p.m. All public holidays will be non-working days. Concrete and asphalt plants will be erected on site, and subcontractors should include equipment costs and quantities to suit the proposed schedule. The work breakdown structure seen here was split up to 3 construction phases and their subtasks. From this, a detailed Gantt chart was able to be developed. The Gantt chart developed using Microsoft Project, and as seen in the 2 screenshots here, the proposed resources were added to these tasks. The timeline durations are as follows: planning and development, 100 days, execution, 377 days, finalization, 25 days. This brings the total duration to 488 days, starting on the 27th of October 2023 and finishing on the 24th of Jan 2025. There have been 4 main risks identified that could impact the schedule, as seen here on this slide. To combat these risks, a 10% contingency will be implemented to the overall duration. Tunnel boring machine crew could be doubled to allow for night shift work. Furthermore, it is ensured that all the approvals will be done to a high standard to avoid pushback from councils and senior engineers.
Thanks for that, Connor. My name's Lewis, and I'll be doing the costing. So, methodology and assumptions. Labour costs calculated using the Cordell guide. Material costs were calculated based on an estimation by the Australian government. 10% contingency and 10% profit were added. Cost per use for subcontractors include labour and overheads. So here's the resources with the standard pay rate and the overtime rate, which is 1.5 times, and the cost per use for the subcontractors. So the labour cost breakdown, here you can see each phase of the project and what it costs. So planning and development breakdown, you can see the resources assigned and the cost for each little phase. Again, with the execution breakdown and the finalization breakdown. So the materials, the estimation was done using guidelines found in the Australian Bureau of Infrastructure, Transport and Regional Economics 2017, as well as allowing for inflation rates since then. And the final cost estimation, and you can see it adds up to just over $436 million. Thank you.
Thanks, Lewis. My name's Lachlan and I'll be doing this site management plan. So starting off, we had the work health and safety management plan. So this is where the project team sat down and workshopped risks and associated mitigation strategies. We then assigned a responsible person as required by the Work Health and Safety Act and regulation. Then moving on, we have the environmental management plan. So this is where site constraints were identified and controls were put in place. An example of this is our water quality monitoring in the catchment above and below site that's been planned. This is to ensure effectiveness of our water quality controls. Okay, and then finally, we noticed that a cultural study needs to be conducted due to 114 artifacts located near the site. Moving on to site management plan. So we developed assumptions and site establishment checklist just to streamline the establishment process whilst ensuring that we're meeting our legislative requirements. Then finally, from me, the stakeholder management plan that was developed to ensure stakeholder expectations are upheld by the project team with well-defined requirements for each group. And then finally, we're planning to host a guided site tour regularly to provide stakeholders with a direct update and also seek feedback from them. So I'll pass you over to Saeed, who will continue with the site management plan.
I'm Sayed, and I'm just going to talk about on a site constraint challenges. In our Pacific Highway bypass project, we are faced dual challenges of the managing site constraint while positive industry relation, which includes cultural heritage, urban interface, environmental sensitivity. These constraints influence every aspect of our project, from construction method to project timeline. Simultaneously, industrial relations are the vital for the project's success. Building strong relationship with the stakeholder and the collaborate with the local community, business, and the government relations is essential for the minimize disruption and regulatory requirements. Now I'm just going to add some points on monitoring and control plans. Some of the key elements of the monitoring and control plan are reporting, documentations, and the environmental safety compliance. And there are few key performance indicator which needs to be monitored and controlled throughout the project lifecycle to ensure issues are detected and addressed in a timely manner, which are cost management, schedule management, stakeholder engagement, and the quality standard and the risk management.
Good day everyone, I'm Shoaib Aslam and today I will be discussing the monitoring and control plan introduction. Our goal with any project is to achieve outstanding results. Quality management overview. Our approach to quality is twofold: control and insurance. Tools for quality control. We employ an array of tools for quality checks. These range from on-site observation by supervisory personnel to rigorous testing for steelworks and detailed visual assessments during finishing. Safety measures. Our aim is to steer this project with precision. Using tools like Gantt charts, we have crafted a clear path for the project. Paired with regular progress meetings, this ensures we remain on course and proactive. Performance metrics and resource allocation. We monitor our project's pulse through clear KPI, through early risk identifications and open communication with our stakeholders. We are better equipped to navigate these challenges. Quality checks and budget monitoring. Consistent quality checks and diligent budget monitoring means our project not only meets the highest standards but also stays financially sound. It is showcased through detailed documentation of our robust feedback system. In essence, our monitoring and control plan is more than a mere strategy, it's our pledge to excellence.
The consideration of handover in relation to the client's needs, requirements, and potential issues during handover phase is essential. Equally important is the documentation and integration of lessons learned from this project. In the development of the project management plan, we have identified key risks, established a construction project cost estimate of 436 million, and created a comprehensive project schedule. Additionally, we have taken into account environmental impacts, worker health and safety, and provided insights through team reflections. Thank you.